Hey there, business owners and entrepreneurs. You've landed on the Marketing Corner. Every week, we serve up essential insider tips and powerful strategies to elevate your brand. So, let's level up your marketing game. Stay sharp, stay tuned, and let's kickstart your path to marketing excellence. Right here, right now. Your adventure begins.
And we are back in the, what do we call it, the reboot of the Marketing Corner.
Yeah.
I'm your host, Shawn Campbell, and who else would I have other than my good buddy, is somebody that I've reconnected with here in the last couple of years, that we go back to our 20s when we were just young bucks, wild and free, and, you know, did a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But this is actually our first beer we've ever had together. Yeah. So, in kind of a reboot from what we did from the Marketing Corner on the radio show when we used to have that. No more sponsors, no more of this, no more of that. You know, but it is going to be the same type of format where we bring on business owners, entrepreneurs. A lot of them will be locally from here in Tucson. Share our stories, share the good, the bad, the ugly, the ups and downs. We're honored to kind of start this reboot here at the Arizona Stands Club, where you've been a member now for
about 2 years.
Yeah. I'm a founding member, so that's why you have to kiss my hand every time you walk. You know, my name's
all the newbies that come on board.
Right. When you come in, you got to like kiss my name on the
little bit
wall.
of hazing action too. Yeah, you know, the year that we the Marketing Corner with the radio show it was phenomenal. I mean,
it was good.
It was good. I mean, the guests we had,
we had. But here, if we curse, if you curse, then I'm not going to get fined by the
FCC.
Yeah, so you can do whatever you want now.
For the radio station,
you can do whatever you want now. Yeah. So, but we're just going to bring the same energy, the same flavor, and just be a little more open, a little more raw. You know, probably have a few beers along the way, and just really one of the back 5, 6, 7 years ago. Even before COVID, the concept of the Marketing Corner came about. I don't know if I ever told you this, from conversations I would have with buddies or people at the bar.
Yeah.
And just the stories that came out were just absolutely phenomenal. Yeah. You know, so I always wish I had that on video to share with other people. And that's the idea of why we're doing it here. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You know, someone even asked me just the other day, you know, hey, what happened to the radio show?
I get asked that all the time, yeah.
I think it was just the other day.
I get asked that all the time, and if you're asked what it called in more, then we could have kept it on.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe it was too early.
If my sponsors would have, you know, never mind. Another episode.
Another story. Another conversation.
So you and I want to get chippy on this one a little bit.
Yeah.
We want to get chippy because in both of our industries, I'm in social media.
Yep.
That's my lane. That's all I do.
Yep.
Full transparency. There was one weekend I just got irritated with, you know, some web, you know, designers, SEO guys. And I was like, I'm just going to learn it myself. And after a couple hours of diving into that, I'm like, no, I'm not. You know, just stay in my lane, just specialize and do what I do. Because especially in social media, things change every day. Every day things change.
Yep.
And in Medicare, that's what David does.
Yeah, so you have individuals, I'll start out with, you know, property casualty agents, you know, that dabble in a little bit.
So property casualty is selling auto and home.
Yeah, auto and home, then they'll dabble in a little bit of Medicare because someone said, hey, here's some new revenue stream, you know, why don't you try it, you know, and this and that. You know, and all my close friends that are property casualty agents, whether they're Allstate farmers, whatever the case may be, they're like, no way.
Right.
I don't have the time. I don't have any of that. And, you know, and I said, exactly, you know, so why don't you just refer to me and we work out an agreement?
So do you do property casualty?
Nope.
Do you do life?
I can, but nope.
You can, but no.
Nope.
You do strictly Medicare.
Yep. Strictly
Medicare. Specialize in Medicare.
I don't do financials. I don't do financial
You have a book
planning.
about Medicare coming out. You've literally written a book.
Yeah, almost there. Almost there.
Almost there. So, I mean, and that's the same thing that, there was somebody recently, I just opened up a new business and part of what I do is social media. No, just because you could put cute little pictures of yourself and use AI, it doesn't mean you know how to utilize social media for marketing efforts for local small businesses. And that's one thing that really pisses me off. It's, man, I kind of joke about this when I meet people. It's like, I am the guy in Tucson who has a marketing degree in a marketing agency. Marketing is not just posting a cute dog on a business and saying,
no, I'm a professional.
And there's, over the years, I've been doing this 10 plus years, there's dozens of people that I've known who've gone from real estate to this and to that. And all of a sudden, I'm a social media specialist. No, you're not. No, you're not. It's a specialty. There's a tact to it. I have learned something almost every day in the last 10 plus years, right? I have a career in marketing. This is where you and I met. I was an outside marketer for a local auto glass company. I put together marketing plans from 25, 30 years ago that were implemented. I have created marketing strategies. I have that background and I know what it takes to build a strategy utilizing the platforms. It's not just posting crap on social and saying you're a social media specialist, because you're not. You're not. So I heard a story the other day, and this really irritates me, because if I were to go buy a home right now and just do it on my own, I would probably have 56 realtors who are friends of mine get really pissed, right? I could just do it on my own, right?
Yeah.
There's a group of realtors in town that have a person teaching them social media. You know what this person does?
No.
It's a barber.
Wow.
So this real estate group who gets on our ass for you should hire a realtor to buy and sell your home, but we're going to bring in a barber who, I'll admit, I know who it is. I think I know who it is. Phenomenal content.
Yeah.
But what does he know about helping a realtor with their social media? Just because he could put out some good videos?
Right. He's just taking what he's doing for his barbershop.
But the hypocrisy. Yeah. Realtors tell you all the time and you should. I'm not saying you shouldn't. But the hypocrisy, it's like, instead of going to somebody who knows what they're doing to teach realtors what to do, let's bring in my barber who puts on cute little videos on TikTok.
To run my social media.
Yeah. That just irritates the crap out of me. David, my barber has a 65-year-old grandfather. I think he should sell Medicare.
Yeah. Multiple sources of income.
I'm going to cut here, and I'm not criticizing them. I'm criticizing this real estate group.
Right.
Exactly. But I'm all down for multiple sources of income. But it really ruins my industry. Because I have to get through hurdles before when I meet somebody, because they've met these other people who have called themselves social media specialists, and they're not.
Well, it's like the conversation you and I had the other day when I was speaking to that individual. I'm not going to mention names, industries, none of that stuff.
Right.
But they just opened up shop, right?
Yeah.
And I said, "Hey, who handles your social media?" And they're like, "I'm doing it all myself. I'm doing everything myself." And it kept going and going. And I'm like, slow down, breathe. Let me turn you on to my guy.
Yeah.
He'll run all your social media.
Yeah.
Take that off your plate. Cost-wise, extremely reasonable. Free up your time to do what you do best, and that's what when you and I reconnected, man. It's like, let me do what I do best, and you do the rest.
Right, and that's another reason why somebody who's gonna, when it's their time to look into Medicare, don't call a 1-800 number off, after you're watching some late night show. Find somebody local who's been doing it for how many years?
21.
And you are the most non-salesy person I've ever met.
Yeah.
You just educate.
Yeah, educate.
You just educate. Building, And if it's the rapport is there, one thing I do have to give you a tremendous amount of just kudos for is last week you had your client appreciation.
Yeah.
Everybody walked in there. They knew you by first name. They knew your mom by first name. And it's like you're part of their extended family. Yeah. And it's,
that's what I go by. I mean, I always say this. I treat everyone like family. I get to know them. It's about relationships.
Yeah. And I know it seems as if we're coming across as we're selling ourselves, but the real purpose isn't.
Of course we are. Just kidding.
We are, but we aren't, right? The purpose of this topic is not to fall into the trap of saying somebody who has this wide array of services that aren't related to each other or has a background that's totally unrelated to what they say they're doing now. I mentioned before, over the last 10 years, there's been dozens of people who have said, I'm now a social media marketer. And dozens of all of them.
I like the word influencer.
Influencer, that's another, And none of them are still doing what they said their social media, none of them are. Zero. Zero. Right? So picking up the side gig or that complementary type of income, it's tough, Like I said before, I thought, I was just pissed this one week and I'm going to learn how to build websites. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
It's a totally new beast, especially with AI now.
Oh, yeah.
Website design, SEO, Google business. I don't do none.
Not only that, you got to learn AI.
Right. I don't do it. But I don't do any of that. I specialize in one thing, and that's what makes me really, really good. So, and I've learned my lesson, and I've seen a lot of people come through that think they can do what I do, but even I hate when someone calls me an expert or a guru, because I'm still learning every day. This is a very humbling industry, what I do. Very humbling.
Medicare is the same way too.
Same way.
There's just so much you need to learn, and it changes all the time. I look back when going to add on to the I do this, I do that, I do this, I do that, where you've got a cafeteria of different products. Back when I had my farmers insurance agency, that's when we met.
Right.
So you start out doing auto and home insurance, and then after you master that, you get that down. Then you get into commercial insurance.
Right.
Then you have to be life licensed too. Then they push the life insurance. You got to sell so many life insurance policies in a month or a quarter. Then they introduce the financial products, the variable annuities and variable life insurance and so forth. So now you got this plate that they keep just dumping stuff on.
Yeah.
And then, one day I want to do auto insurance, next week I want to do home insurance, next week I want to pivot to life insurance, then I want to do, financial products. It's just overwhelming.
Right.
You become, jack of all trades, master of none.
Right.
And I got to a point in that stage of my life where I can't do all this.
Right.
Because you're not only do you drive yourself crazy trying to learn all the products and offer them and sell the products and be expert or be knowledgeable or competent in each of the products, you can't be. You're disservicing your clients.
Yeah, 100%. Right. Now, if you were to build an agency, like if on my spectrum, if I were to build an agency who specialized, by all means, that makes sense. I have someone dedicated just for those aspects, right? But, if you're considering doing what we're kind of reprimanding people for, think about what you're doing to the industry, And I've seen my own industry do this to itself. I've seen people hold classes that say in 2 days you can have your own marketing agency for $6,000 or $5,000, whatever that was. Yeah, that pissed me off. That really pissed me off. And I was just happened to be in the right place, right time, and I saw some of these people. There was a teacher, somebody who worked at Albertsons, and great people. And I appreciate their thirst for wanting to work for themselves. But you can't teach what I do over 2 days and say you got your own marketing agency. You can't. So
here's your certificate.
Right, here's your certificate. Go for it, kiddo.
Go to the Sally Struthers.
Oh my God.
Commercials.
Yeah. But you know, and business owners think about that too. I mean, I'm not going to get along with everybody, and I'm not everybody's cup of tea, right? But
That's
when you do look for somebody that want to assist you, or when you start to turn 65, you know, actually sit down and, you know, vet those people. How long have they been doing it, or do they still have the passion for it?
Yeah.
You know, I know what I do is it's humbling some days. You know, but that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
You know,
well, I mean, also too, you get to the point where, you know, I mean, we have 2 offices. You know, we have one here in Tucson, we have one in Green Valley.
Yeah.
There's so many that work out of their homes, their cars.
Yeah.
More power to them. Low overhead.
Right.
I'm a firm believer in brick and mortar.
Right.
Builds credibility.
Right. Right.
You're going to be there. You're not leaving.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, and again, and just being very, very transparent, I've actually got rid of my brick and mortar offices.
But you can, though.
But I can't,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I have an office at home. You know, I have a ton of clients here at the Arizona Sands Club that I run into all the time, right?
It also depends on clientele, right?
Right.
I'm direct to consumer.
Right. Right.
It's a big difference, right?
It's a big difference.
We got to really narrow that down, you know, as far as, you know, the digital era, your digital products.
Right.
You could be living in Thailand and still.
Or Germany in a couple of years. Yeah. Maybe.
I'm going to push it to 3 or 4. He doesn't know it yet.
You don't know yet.
He says 2, I say 3, I say 4.
Right.
I'll keep him here.
Within 4. David, thank you for your time. That was a good one. That was a good one. And thanks to the Arizona Sands Club for letting us do this. And
yes, indeed.
You know, if you're not a member yet, I mean, you need to come by, you know.
Yeah.
Put something in the comments. I'll be happy to show you around how we both use the club to, you know, network. And,
I have 3 offices here.
Yeah, and 3 offices,
It's a beautiful place, beautiful
space,
beautiful scenery, views.
The staff here is phenomenal.
Yeah, you get your business done here.
Yeah.
Uninterrupted.
Yeah, and the new home of the marketing corner. So
exciting times.
Cheers, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Questions, comments below. If you like us, hate us, or whatever, put that in below. If you want to be a guest, you got to let me know. We'll get you right here, buy you a beer, and we'll talk business.
And that's a wrap on today's Marketing Corner. Remember, the journey to greatness is non-stop. Harness today's insights and let them fuel your ambitions. Big thanks to our community of go-getters and visionaries. And remember to subscribe and activate alerts to stay connected for more transformative ideas. Till next time, keep reaching for the stars.